We're with Josh Holliday as we head down the home stretch of Big 12 Conference play in the regular season. And let's first go back to last Tuesday. I know it's been a while, but when a guy hits 4 home runs in a game, as Nolan Schubert did, it's worth talking about for a long time. I mean, that was amazing against Wichita State. To think about all the guys that have come through here, some of the best power hitters who have ever played on a college baseball diamond. And now Nolan Schubert's the guy at Oklahoma State with 4 home runs in a game. That was, it doesn't matter what the wind was doing in my book, that was pretty amazing.
Oh, it was incredible. Yeah. And when he hits them, he doesn't even need the wind. He's worked so hard and has really found a good spot with his swing and his approach and his timing. That particular night, if my memory's correct, he hit a double and then followed it up with 4 straight home runs. The homers ranged from the left field corner to the left center gap to all parts in right field. And it was a really special night. His teammates got into the act alongside him. I think we hit a bunch of home runs, an O'Brate Stadium record, I believe.
Yes.
And obviously Nolan set a program record, which is hard to do here. And you mentioned it, when you set a record that deals with homers here, and you have to keep in mind that what Pete did in the 1980s with home runs and what so many other Cowboys have done with home runs, that's saying something. And 4-1 game is not anything I've ever witnessed. So pretty magical night, great all-around team night last Tuesday against Wichita State. And Nolan then homered in his second at-bat in Austin. So he essentially had hit 5 and 6 at-bats. So pretty remarkable stretch and just an incredibly gifted young player that just keeps getting better.
You think about even in recent history, all of these tremendous power hitters. I mean, I would leave someone out if I started to rattle them off, so I won't do that. But the thing that's unique about this team is you look at two of your stars in the middle of your order, Carson Binge and Nolan Schubert, and Schubert's home run numbers are going crazy, but Binge obviously has been a power threat. Here's what's interesting. They can hit it to every spot on the field with power. Yeah. Do you remember seeing that much since you've been head coach here? Because, of course there's guys lined up one after the other with power, but those two guys can hit it to every field with power, which makes them unique.
Well, it does, and I think the fact that they're left-handed and can hit the ball to all fields is super valuable. We have had some guys with some tremendous raw power and great distance, but I think what Carson does more unique than anyone we've had in quite some time is hits the ball, whether it's on the ground, on a line, or in the air, to all quadrants of the field about as well as anyone I've ever coached. Nolan has this amazing ability to hit the ball to the opposite field in the air, as far as a lot of right-handed pull hitters do, and yet he can still do the same thing to the pull side. So his loft and his fly ball power is really next level. But they're 2 gifted hitters. They're very special. We're very lucky to have guys like that in the middle of the order. What Colin Brueggemann has been doing as of late, sandwiched around Aiden and some of the other quality right-hand hitters, has given us a pretty tough 4 or 5 man mix that pitchers are having to navigate. And then we've been getting a lot of good on-base percentage and quality at-bats from the guys behind them. So it's a unique bunch in that the smaller park and the windier elements, we're pretty dangerous in those scenarios.
So speaking of unique, first 2 games of the Texas series, highly competitive games. Texas wins both. You need to win Sunday.
Yep.
And Carson Binge goes out on the mound, has a tremendous start. He's obviously in the batting lineup. He offers big production there. I mean, isn't it something? Yeah. I guess if you want your stars to shine when you need them to, it doesn't always work that way, but what he did on Sunday at Texas is that has to bring a smile to your face.
Well, I would step out and say he was the best player in college baseball this past Sunday. Find me another guy that went to the mound and pitched at an elite level like he did on the road against an outstanding offense. Find me a guy that swung the bat. Find me a guy that had been playing every pitch of every game the 2 prior days leading up to pitching, who held his legs for 7 innings in a very humid and challenging environment. I would say you'd have a hard time finding someone that was more outstanding in just the game of baseball. To take the field as a college baseball player and play one position is impressive and challenging. To be able to play multiple positions is difficult, but to be able to pitch and play multiple positions and hit and do all those things at such a high level, he's a very rare player, a very special player. And he kind of took us on Sunday and said, guys, I'm going to get this thing started. jump on board with me here. Let's go get a win. And that's exactly what the team did.
Yeah, and the thing is, I know obviously he has to wear down, but he does it with such energy and enthusiasm in his own unique way.
Well, he's a special guy in that he has a purity, a love, and a purity about baseball that he doesn't let things get in the way. He doesn't cloud the picture. He keeps the game simple. He doesn't overthink it. He embraces challenges. He's not afraid to fail, and as a result, it allows him to really, really succeed. So he has the mindset to take on a challenge and never worry about anything getting in the way. Give me the ball, I'll go pitch. Give me the bat, I'll go hit. I'll play whatever position you need. He has a really, I would say, he could have played baseball in any generation. If Carson would have played in the 1950s and 60s, he would have fit right in. He could have played in the 70s and 80s. He would have fit right in. And gosh knows he could play when I played in the 90s or now. He has a throwback toughness, a simplicity about the game, but a talent that fits everything.
So now we're into the last 2 weeks of the regular season. As a result, the midweek games go away.
Yep.
So what are the pluses and minuses of that?
Well, we'll miss the midweek game. I always enjoy them, but the kids are in exams this week, and so we've got to close that chapter of this part of the year. School's so important. It's what we're here for. These credits and working towards our degrees is what college baseball and the college experience is really all about. So we need to nail this week, have a great week in the classroom, and put the academic school year behind us, and then shift our focus quickly to Texas Tech and a very important conference weekend here at home. And really, Dave, from that point forward, just there's not enough days left to play midweek games because of the short week the following week, and then the conference tournament starting even earlier this year now. So it's going to be Big 12 baseball from here on out. We'll miss the midweek game because of the chance to be on the field competing, but we've hit that part in the season where this is where we're at, and we got to embrace exams, embrace getting back on the field, and take this challenge head on.
So what's that do to your fine-tuning of maybe those bottom 2 or 3 roles in your pitching staff that becomes prominent once you get into postseason play?
Well,
how does that affect
that's
things?
a great question. You have to factor it into your practice plan, and we'll do that. We'll practice wisely, efficiently, and effectively around exams. And we'll keep all our guys tuned up because that's important. It's going to take everybody to kind of get where we want to go in this thing. So, yeah, you got to use your practice time a little bit different. But really, I think coming off of the long ride home and the humid environment, a day off on Monday will be good for us. We'll get back to some light work on Tuesday, and we'll prime them up and get them ready.
And one last home regular season series seems like it always flies by, and it's but here we are at a big series against Texas Tech.
Sure, yeah. Well, they're all big. All the conference games, as we're seeing now in the standings, and all the teams so closely tucked in there together. Every game's got great value, and Tech's got a good ball club. So should be a great home series. I hope everybody will come out and support us.
We'll see you Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for the Cowboys and Red Raiders at O'Brien.